Welcome to Talks with Lakeisha. I am your host, Dr. Lakeisha James. Today, my guest and I will have a grown woman conversation. If you all happen to follow me since the gods transitioned me from being behind the scenes to being in the forefront, you all have heard me say one time or another, your past does not define your future. You do. I would like to introduce to you Fouchina Kirkendoll. She is a servant of God, mother of two, grandmother of one, and a Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award recipient. She is a four-time Amazon bestselling author, keynote speaker, group facilitator, podcaster, and CEO of Chronicles of a Favored Woman. Hi, Fouchina. How are you doing today?
I am awesome. How are you? Thank you for having me on the show. I'm so excited about this.
I am so excited. I know before we aired, it was like we had to pray and tears was exchanged and words was exchanged. I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
excited. We're gonna let
Yes,
God do
had
what
to
he do.
invite him in.
Absolutely.
Had to invite him in. Now, let me
Absolutely.
just go ahead and let me go and give a disclaimer. Okay. When the spirit lead, I just follow. When the spirit lead,
Listen,
I just follow.
as a follower of Christ, I completely understand. I completely
Yes,
understand.
ma'am.
I completely, hold on for one sec. I don't know why this does this, but it's like, it's something I guess that's going on with you. So, how did you feel when you were awarded the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award?
Okay, so my response to this is I don't, no pun or anything like that. It's just an award. I
Mm,
appreciate being recognized. I do, but the work is still not done.
I love that.
The work is still not done.
I,
Yeah, that's great. That's not the reward I'm going for. I'm looking for a job well done, that good and faithful servant you may enter. And that's what I'm trying to do. So I appreciate it. I do. Don't get me wrong, but I appreciate
mhm.
it.
I love it. I love it. Now, has that changed your life any with that award?
No, all it does for me, I've never been one to I just appreciate it. It what it does put me in a situation where people are like, oh my gosh, I did not know you was a person of lifetime achievement award. I don't go around displaying it, but
Right.
people when people see it and recognize, they're like, oh my gosh, I would have known that. I'm not that one that I'm not big on titles. I'm not big on whatever. All I want to do is give the word and share my testimony and help someone.
I
So
love
it
it.
it allowed me it allowed me exposure for people to identify, the accomplishment I received from it.
I love that. I know a lot of people look at the person now versus looking at the work that was done to get us to where we are.
Hmm.
It's like I was sharing with someone last night, I was having a conversation. I'm like, if I had to relive my life over again, I would not change a thing because I love the person I am. I
Exactly.
love who God created.
Exactly. And it
Yeah.
came from a process.
Oh God. Yes.
Yes. And it
Process.
came from a process. And we're still
And
going through the process.
yes, so like we were saying, it's necessary for our journey. It's
It
necessary.
is. Yes. Yes, very much so.
I love that. I love that. Well, congratulations on being a four-time Amazon best-selling author. Are you working on any new books?
Actually, I am working on a couple books, to be honest with you, that's been birthed, and I'm actually thinking about doing an anthology myself, based on a lot of my life experiences, especially the health trauma I've gone through, the trauma I've gone through in my health that comes from the trauma that's happened in my life.
Oh,
Oh, because people
that's
don't understand. Sometimes it's not a matter of, you didn't do this. It's some of the unforgiveness you've kept in. It's some of the repeated trauma and drama that you've experienced and haven't processed that it affects our health very much so. And I'm so excited because I'm going to be talking about as we talk about what's up in the future, but I'm really excited about it. I'm like really bent on helping women understand the importance of how processing trauma will get us through life and save us. But don't even get me started on that. But it's just people
listen.
just don't understand how serious it is. And the enemy is very slick. He studies us. He studied us very well. That's how he's able. That's why we say, how did I end up in this situation again? Because you asked to come out, but you haven't been delivered from it. You got to get delivered. Other than
Yeah.
that, he's just gonna come back with the same package, just repackaged.
Repackaged.
Uh-huh.
Repackaged. Yeah. Oh my God. Now, this is another thing that God just brought back to my remembrance. I was speaking to a friend not too long ago, and he was like, "Ah, the same thing happened to me." I said, "The woman that you had a baby with and the second one, they were the same person. It was the same spirit, just looked different." And I'm like, "You
Uh-huh.
have to recognize that
That's
spirit."
right.
Oh my God.
You've
Listen,
been
yeah,
saved, but you ain't been delivered.
that part.
Hmm.
Oh God, you got to recognize it. Got to recognize it.
Exactly.
This is good. This is good. You are the CEO of Chronicles of a Favorite Woman.
Mhm.
Did Chronicles of a Favorite Woman come from a place of healing for you?
It does. It really does. When I was given that vision, phew, early 2000.
Oh, wow.
I went through the process of, found out about Blog Talk Radio. I still didn't do anything with it, but it was one day. I remember for me, if I set a date for something, it's going to manifest.
Mm,
And I was watching Steve Harvey, and sure enough, I was listening to her Banks. She was talking about how she transitioned. And I was like, you know what? What's stopping me from doing what I need to do but me? I held my breath. I said, okay, on this date, I'm going to do the show on this date right here. And I never stopped. It's on hiatus right now only because I'm going through a healing. I'm going through a process right now.
yes.
And but when it comes back, you better watch out. That's
Mm,
all I'm going to say. You better watch out. But I realized that I had to take some time for myself. I'm still processing my grandmother's death, which is my mama.
mm,
That is my mama. You hear me? Having her gone and then having dealing with betrayals and people who
mm,
I thought was my friends wasn't my friends. And I remember this last conversation I had with my grandmother before she passed. She said, China, when you come up in life, God is going to reveal some people and things to you that cannot go with you to the next level. And I said, Lord have mercy, but I'm still mourning her because sometimes I don't have the time to mourn because I'm so busy being a single mother, so busy doing this, so busy doing that, that sometimes I find myself just crying. We go through those stages of griefs. So, but as a result of it, I decided I need to fall back and just have God show me me and then prepare
mm.
me for what you about to show me.
Show me me.
Yeah,
That's
show me me.
that is really
And,
powerful.
and then prepare me. Give me the strength for what you about to show me.
What you're about to show me. Oh my
Yes.
God. And shout out to the single moms, okay? Because I'm a single mom too.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Oh my
ma'am.
goodness. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. Now, you're currently pursuing your Master of Science in Mental Health and Wellness with the emphasis in Christian ministry. Why did you choose
Yes,
that focus?
ma'am. This is my third attempt on doing my master's, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, the first two times I stopped because I had a heart attack or stroke or heart attack. But I stopped and then my child was younger and he needed my attention. And we all know when you do your master's, that's research, reading, and writing. And if you don't have the time to do it, it's no need to do it. But this time right here, I got into a pit where I was in a pit of despair, losing my grandmother who was in this. I got to a point where I got homeless. And I was like, okay, God, you have to show me why am I not able to manage my life? I'm 50 something years old and I'm not able to manage my life. There
Mm,
is a root to this. I need to know. So I said one of the things I wanted to do is go back to get my master's because now my son is a teenager now. He can handle himself.
mhm,
He's good. But I knew that I was going to do divinity and I was going to do ministry, and it was one other one, trauma and crisis recovery, but that just didn't do it. I knew I wanted something. I asked God, show me me, remember? And so
mhm,
I said, I need to find out the root. And I don't know how I came across Grand Canyon University, but I did. And I started talking to the recruiter, and let me tell you something. I put that man through the ringer. I said, no, that's not gonna work. No, that's not gonna work. It has to identify with what's going on with me because I want to know, find out what's going on with me. And when I saw the major of mental health and wellness with an emphasis in Christian ministry, I said, that is my major because I've always said this as women and women of God, we stagnate because we're afraid to go to the next level. Because part of going to the next level is going back to deal with the stuff that you done packed up, act like
Woo!
it don't happen, but then it still comes out in your behavior, it still comes out in your decisions, all of that. And I learned that, oh my gosh, since I've been doing this program, I've found out so much of myself. It's just like boom. Now I understand why I clicked the way I clicked. Where we sitting here thinking that we living when we just surviving. We're not when we're surviving, we're just existing. We're not living. But now I'm learning what's up. Then I learned I had an addiction to codependency. I learned I had addiction to pain. I had addiction to sex, but oh, well, that's well over. But I had all this stuff. These are all coping mechanisms I was using just to survive. And I said, as
Mhm.
single mothers, I ain't punning no one. We do the best that we can with what we can. We take the bits and pieces of our broken lives and we put it together and we float and we make the most of it. We're not perfect. We didn't come with a manual. We did not come with the manual. And then every manual
Absolutely.
doesn't go to every person. But
That's
one thing we know for sure, the word is true. And that's the one thing that don't change.
that's the
Not
one
one
thing that
time it
don't
don't
change.
change. But I
Absolutely.
knew that I wanted to be in a field that I can relate to someone. Because one thing I do say, you can't talk to me if you have not walked a mile in my shoe.
That
And we
part.
just before we got on here, what we are going through is not for us, it's for other people. We are the earthly example that God is using to show that there is proof. Listen, I got my sister through this, I got your daughter through this. If
Hmm.
I could get through, I know you could get through.
Absolutely. See, there you go. You got me tearing up now. I told you this was
Yeah.
gonna happen.
It's all right, but Dr. Keisha, I'm gonna say this about you. I remember when I first met you, and I remember, we tried to connect on many occasions. And I just know all things happen in God's timing. I'm a
Mm.
first, but I've seen your growth. I pay attention. I may not talk to you, but I am paying attention, and I'm just appreciative that you are taking the initiative to move forward in spite of,
In spite of, yes.
in spite of. You're
Yes.
still moving forward in spite of. You're
Mhm.
still doing God's will in spite of how you feel, how it looks, how it sounds like you're still moving forward. It's progression.
I
We
thank
have
you.
no choice.
We have no
We have
choice.
no choice.
Mm-mm. 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 We don't.
No, we don't have a choice.
Yeah, we don't. We don't. And listen, I wouldn't change it because if I
Exactly.
keep moving and the on the journey that God has me on, it's fulfilling. He gets all
Yeah,
the glory. Like you said,
yeah.
in spite of. Because no
In
one knows
spite
what goes
of.
behind closed doors. They just see, oh, Dr. Lakeisha James or Fouchina Kirkendoll. It's like you don't see what
Yeah.
we do behind closed
You don't
doors.
know what it takes for me to get to this point.
Oh my
You
God.
don't know what it took for me to get here. Yeah, I might look good, but you don't know. I didn't have two heart attacks. I didn't had over five strokes. I didn't had three transfusion. I didn't had
Jesus.
infusion, transfusion, chemo. I've had it all. I came out of remission and almost died on my deathbed. Then I just recently had a heart procedure just this past week. But to look at me, you would never know it.
You'll never know it. So you don't look
You
like what
never know it. You never
listen,
know it.
you're just a walking testimony. And I just thank God for just the
Well, to
connection.
God be the glory.
Oh my goodness.
God be the
Okay.
glory.
I think
It's
I'm
all
getting
right.
oh God. Now, one of your signature keynotes is it's not my fault, but it is my responsibility. Can you
Yes,
elaborate on that?
ma'am. That was my original piece, to be honest with you. When I decided to come into the game of platform speaking and to reach out to people, because I realized I had to realize for myself, no, it wasn't my fault I got molested. No, it wasn't my fault I was rejected by family. No, it wasn't my fault I was abandoned by the one who should have kept, should have had my back.
Hmm.
No, but it is my responsibility. What am I going to do with my life? Am I going to continue to play the victim? because it's comfortable, or am I going to do something about it? So sometimes we got to take the lemons that we're given, we got to get a pitcher, squeeze those lemons,
Mhm.
add some water, add some sugar, stir it up, get some ice, and put it in some cups to not only help yourselves, but to help others who are going through as well.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Now, you said that you think, would you feel that taking ownership to is one key element to healing? Why do you say that? And I
Well,
agree wholeheartedly.
I
Wholeheartedly.
had to stop blaming everybody for things that I made the decision to do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just God just stopped me in my tracks. Hey, hold on, girl. Hold on, daughter.
Won't he
Hold
do it?
on, daughter. No, it wasn't your. I mean, yeah. What happened to you? No, but nobody made you make that decision. Nobody told you to go left when I told you to go right. No one told you to do that. So the situation you're in now, what role did you play to be in this situation? I had to start taking accountability. No one made me do anything because I was big and bad as I wanted to be. But then I had to deal with the consequences that comes with it. You
Mm-hmm.
end up, you're pregnant now. But what did you do to get what happened for you to get pregnant? You made a decision.
Yeah.
You made a decision. And now
Ooh,
you got to live with it.
gotta
You
live.
made the decision knowing what I told you, and you did it
Mm.
anyway. But here
Ooh.
I am with grace and mercy. Come on, Grace and Mercy. She ready. Because I started calling out to him.
Ooh.
She ready. So now Grace and Mercy coming in all my filth, all my bad decision makings, and
Mm.
just taking me out of where I was and decided to clean me off, gave me a new breath, a new walk, and a new talk.
This is good. This is
Now
good.
I don't look like what I used to. So all the things I used to answer to, I don't answer to them no more because I'm a
Mm.
child of God. And
Child
I
of
remind
God.
myself of that. Because people will try to take you back to where you used to be
Listen, that
instead of
part right
looking exactly, instead of receiving you for who you are now.
right now.
Yeah,
Right now.
exactly. But you know
Listen,
what? That's their business. I ain't mad at you. That's your business. I'm gonna keep on with mine.
keep on with mine. Do you think the trauma that you've been through played a pivotal role into you, the one that you are right now, today?
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes. A lot of it was not understanding.
Mm-hmm.
I knew something was wrong, but I didn't know what was wrong. And I knew I needed help, but I didn't know what help I needed until I started educating myself and started reading my word, started meditating with God, started doing my research. As I was helping other people, I'm helping myself.
Yes,
You start looking at, you going through some stuff, but there's somebody who's gone through stuff worse than you,
always.
worse than you. And so as I continue to grow and develop, I understand that how trauma can affect a person's life. And so it's like the eight well-beings of life. There are eight components that make up one whole being. And when one is off, all is off. It's your physical, your spiritual, your mental, your social, your environmental, your intellectual, all of this stuff, emotional, all of these components are interlocked together. They're interconnected. And when one is off, they're all off. Because if you have an issue with financial issues, guess what? You're going to start stressing. And that's going to you cause cortisol to go in your body, which too much cortisol in your body will affect your immune system. That's why you got so many people with lupus or
Woo.
HIV or cancer and all of that. It's not because it's from the trauma that you are internalizing. We got to get real. And I'm talking about our sisters, especially our sisters, because
Amen.
we take on so much as a single mother. We
Yes.
do. And we're killing ourselves. All
Yes.
because the people they ain't even thinking about us, but here we are stuck.
Stuck. Oh,
Stuck.
staying stuck. Staying stuck. Girl, that's another story for another day.
Yes, sir.
My goodness. Oh my God. Do you feel like you're living in your purpose?
I am now.
Ooh, I am now. That's that word again now. We're looking at now.
I
I
am
like
now.
that.
I am now. I didn't understand why I had to go through homelessness. I didn't understand why I had to lose everything. But it was sometimes God will allow you to be in a position where you have nothing but to depend on Him.
Oh, so many times before in my life.
Yes, and now I'm understanding and also getting an understanding. Like I said, show me me.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh.
gotta take away something. I gotta take away your distractions. I gotta take away what you hold so dear over me at times. I gotta take all that away. I gotta strip it. I got to strip it. And I tell you, it's been a humbling experience, and I'm so excited about what's to come. I really am. I really am. Because I have more years behind me than I have ahead of me. And
Mm,
what I want to do is make the most of the time that I have left on this earth.
absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm a firm believer that, again, like we said before, the things we go through are for other people, it's not for us. It's like everything that we've gone through in life is like, okay, God, what are you trying to teach me? What did I do right?
Uh-huh.
And then it's like when you
Uh-huh.
have that second, third, fourth, fifth chance, it's like, okay, I get it.
Uh-huh.
I got it. Okay, I finally got it. I finally got it.
Uh-huh.
And like you said, show me me. It's like
Yeah,
I say all the time, before I'm Dr. Lakeisha James, I'm just Lakeisha. Like strip me with
uh-huh.
everything, the accolades I have, and I'm just
Exactly.
a woman of God.
Exactly.
Like I love
Exactly.
the bare minimum of Lakeisha because you can't forget humble beginnings. You can't despise them.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Oh my God, that is so powerful, so powerful. Now you're also a speaker and you facilitate workshops. What type of workshops do you host?
Well, I did my very first, well, I've had many, but I did an event called Trash Talk. And Trash Talk, yes, ma'am. That was so, Lord have mercy, I tell you what. It came from my personal testimony. I remember going through that cycle of doing the same thing. How I had a cycle of when it came to men. I would meet a man a certain amount of time, find out who it is. Then I was like, okay, I got to get rid of him. And then I go back and I'm delivered. Oh, excuse me, I'm saved now. But then I go right back to the same cycle all over again.
Don't
And
we
it goes
all?
and it's from the scripture, Second Peter, second chapter, 20th to 22nd verse, and you all can read it, but I'm gonna paraphrase it. So God's saying, so you asked me to deliver you. I deliver you, and you gonna go back to the same thing I deliver you from? What you asked me for? You are
What
worse
you asked
off
me
because
for?
you knew better and you did it anyway than someone who never knew. And it goes back to the classic proverbs of a dog that goes back to eat his vomit. And I
Yes.
said, oh my gosh.
Yes.
That was me, but it goes back to the enemy studies us. And I said, I'm tired of this pattern. I can't do this no more. Trash talk came as a result of that. I was talking to some friends of mine. We're all from Charleston. And my segment was stay out the trash. Well, it started with coming out the trash, stay out the trash, and then recycling the trash.
I
And
like
that was the three component it made. It was sold out. It was so phenomenal. I'm so looking forward to doing it again. It's
it.
just so phenomenal. But it talks about how we recycle, how we are always in that hamster, like a hamster in a spinning wheel, how we're always running around, 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 around. But we gotta acknowledge, we have to acknowledge that we are the ones that keep us in that stuff. We are the ones we keep ourselves in bondage more than the enemy does. Okay?
Listen,
Because
that
God will
part.
forgive us. And here we go back to the sea of unforgiveness to pull it right on back out and then ask us, how do I get here again? He's looking at you. Didn't I already forgive you for that? Why,
Then
why are you going back?
why are you going back? And he's forgotten about it. We're the one that keep pondering on
Exactly.
it.
Yeah.
Jesus, Lord have mercy, God. That's good. That's so good. So, so good. So what's next for you?
I think the question is what's not next for me. I'm in school, pursuing my master's. We're graduating next year. The third time is a charm, they say, but I was like, I am not quitting. I just had a heart procedure done on Wednesday, and I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna get my little rest. I'm working on my PowerPoint, and I'm about to be finished with this particular class, but I'm halfway through my master's program. So it will be that, and then I would like to go back to doing my workshops again and doing my conferences because I love speaking with women in group because it's so much better. You can do it one-on-one, but it's not the same when you got fellow
Right.
sisters going through the same thing and we can kumbaya and say, hey, I got you, girl. I got you, girl. So it's a matter of just going back, to the grassroots for me and going back and helping women. Hey, let me share my knowledge with you. Let
Mm-hmm.
me share this. Let me share my knowledge. Let me show you how we can all collectively get together and build each other up and not tear each other down.
Absolutely. I a firm
Mhm.
believer that there are power in numbers. When women come together, I don't
Yes.
know what will happen. Oh
Yes.
God, power. That's powerful.
Yes.
It is so powerful.
Yes.
I love it. Well, listen, you are a walking testimony. Like,
To
I didn't
God be the
know that
glory.
yes, I did not know you've been through so much and you're still standing. You're more than a conqueror. So I just thank you for still showing up after your procedure this weekend.
To
I'm just
God be the
excited to
glory.
see, the next phase of your life and how God blesses you beyond this because I see so many great things ahead of you
Oh, to
because
God be the glory. Thank you.
just a servant of God. And I'm just, listen, we know each other in the spirit, so I'm just eternally grateful for you, sister.
Yes. But it goes both ways, hon. Both ways.
Yes, ma'am. Well, thank you so much for spending time with me. My God, it was so amazing to be amongst the chosen and
Thank you
connect
for
with
having
you.
me.
Yes. And as you know, I like to say, everyone has a story. What's yours? Somewhere, someone in the world needs to hear it. So until next time, thank you so much for tuning in. I am your host, Dr. Lakeisha James. And of course, Toss with Lakeisha, where you get real conversations, real information. See you next week.